If you've been learning a language for a while, there's a chance you find yourself in the following situation. You're disciplined, you have your awesome language materials, you put in the hours, but the spark is gone. You've lost your drive, your grit for language learning. And let me tell you this, you're not lazy, you're just stuck in a loop. And that was me in early 2025. Last year, I was studying Turkish consistently, but emotionally, I felt flat. For the first time in years, language learning felt like admin work more than anything. And so I started asking myself, what's wrong? And looking back, I realized this uncomfortable truth. For decades, I had learned as a lone wolf. I just did things for myself and by myself. I woke up early, hit the books, had the occasional chat with a tutor, rinse and repeat. But something was missing. I thought isolation was strength. It wasn't. Everything changed in the summer of 2025 when I started building vocabulary revolution with my colleague and fellow polyglot, David Allen Martin II.
Most importantly, we have this 3-pillar framework. You need to make all of these things more efficient and more brain-friendly. What are they? Acquisition, retention, activations.
As soon as we launched the program, 2 amazing things happened. First, working with David and with so many students live revived my drive for Turkish. And second, and even more amazing, it gave me the confidence to restart Japanese, the language that had me defeated 14 years earlier. Even then, even after starting speaking Japanese with my tutor and reading and listening, unfortunately, I've never really gotten to the point where I felt so confident that I could handle the language in any possible situation. In this video, I'll show you my exact 2026 protocol. The mindset shift, the accountability engine, and the AI training stack. And yes, you can copy the entire framework for free in the pinned comment by downloading my Smart Fluency Toolkit. So, without further ado, let's get into it. From September 2025 onward, one habit changed everything. My daily what? The workout of the day. Every day I posted what I studied, how long I studied, what I learned, and what I struggled with. That simple ritual literally transformed my learning. It forced deeper reflection. It helped me see patterns. And watching students do the same, sharing wins, mistakes, experiments, and even videos, created real momentum.
I felt a strong sense of camaraderie with my fellow students and gave and received daily encouragement, tips, and tricks. The learning comes at you pretty hard and fast, but always in a friendly way.
The community wasn't judging me. In fact, the community was actually fueling me. The moment I had to show up publicly, studying stopped feeling like a chore and became part of my identity. Since September 2025 up until now, February 2026, the time I'm recording this video, I have posted more than 100 daily WODs. I've completed over 100 personalized podcasts and put in at least 5 hours of focused self-talk. That consistency changed everything. I'm reaping massive benefits now. Dare say that I've made a quantum leap in Turkish. Ben de çalışıyorum bazen. Sometimes I also do. I can say, for example, Türkçe hangi dili öğreniyorsun? Which language are you learning right now?
Merhaba Luca, hoş geldin. Umarım bugün kendini sakin ve iyi hissediyorsundur. Bugün ne hakkında konuşmak istersin? Mesela günlük hayatın mı, hobilerin mi, yoksa başka bir şey mi?
Merhaba, teşekkür ederim. Bugün çok ilginç bir konudan bahsetmek istiyorum. Yabancı dilleri hakkında konuşmak isterim. Of course, I'm not fluent by any stretch of the imagination, not yet at least, but I do genuinely look forward to learning every single day. I started loving the process. Sitting down and using scripts, my computer, my phone, and the amazing translation and AI tools we have to dissect both Turkish and Japanese.
Güzel konu seçtin Luca. Ben de yabancı dilleri çok severim. Hangi yabancı dilleri seviyorsun? Mesela hangi dilleri ilginç buluyorsun?
Genellikle çok fazla yabancı dil veya dilleri seviyorum veya genellikle yabancı dilleri çok seviyorum. And if you come to love the process, well, that's what really matters in the long run. Now, speaking of AI tools, what is it that I actually did and do to learn Turkish and now Japanese? In this regard, people ask me all the time, what's the best app? And the honest answer is, wrong question. There's no best app. There's only the best sequence. Think like an athlete. You don't train one muscle forever. You train systems. So my stack is simple. Architect, cardio, and sparring. Each stage has one job, one output, and one success metric. Let's start with Notebook LM. Notebook LM is a fantastic tool which comes with your Gmail account, and I call it, ta-da, the architect. Most learners consume content they think they should like, not content they genuinely care about. For me, Notebook LM is where motivation is engineered, because interest trumps all. I use a simple spreadsheet I call my YouTube sanity sheet. Whenever I find a topic I truly care about, I save it there. Then I feed a source into Notebook LM and generate custom audio in my target language with clear constraints. For example, topic, format, length, and difficulty. So, for example, I recently found a YouTube video that I really liked. And that video is about the difference between declarative and procedural memory in second language acquisition. I fed it into Notebook LM and voila, now I have a 10-minute podcast in Turkish.
Dilin gramer kuralını böyle kitapta mükemmel bir şekilde anlayıp
About the topic I love, in a lovely and lively conversation format between a guy and a girl speaking in native sounding Turkish. How cool is that? The bottom line is that now I'm not consuming random noise. I'm producing targeted input that is relevant to my life and to my level and to my hobbies and to my interests. And now for the second tool. Langua is my cardio. Langua is a website that allows you to do a lot of things, but the one thing I really like is that you can upload in content and simplify it. This is high volume comprehension training. In fact, once I have my podcast generated by Notebook LM, I also create a simplified and shorter version of it with Langua, Savasandir. Remember that podcast about declarative and procedural memory? Well, I copied the text of the podcast transcript I had created previously and I copied and pasted into Langua. I select basic level and voila, I have my simplified version of the podcast.
Dil öğrenirken bazen gramer kurallarını çok iyi bilirsiniz. Kitapta her şeyi anlarsınız. Ancak konuşma vakti geldiğinde konuşamazsınız. Kural beyninizdedir ama dilinize gelmez.
This is my second pass. I go through the topic through this simplified content for mere consolidation. Same topic, different cognitive load. Novelty within repetition and without boredom. Bingo. And finally, Langua is my sparring partner. Input is essential, don't get me wrong, but fluency arrives when you speak. And this is honestly the most difficult part for me because I'm a perfectionist. I mean, who's not, right? But I really want to speak well here and now, and that gets in the way. So I first train with AI. This is my pressure test phase. I run role plays and free flow conversations. I ask for realistic scenarios, follow-up questions, interruptions, clarifications, requests, and then I rerun the same scenario immediately and apply corrections in real time. And that second round is where progress locks in. No stress, high impact learning. Why does the stack work? Well, because most learners do disconnected tasks. Listening one day, grammar another day, speaking occasionally, you get the point. However, the system I implement is one closed loop around one topic. Architect chooses the right battle, cardio builds volume and flow, and sparring tests performance live. So I don't study more, I run a system. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. 14 years ago, Japanese beat me. Not because I lacked discipline, but because I had the wrong structure and zero accountability. Let's be honest. In 2012, Japanese felt like fader. In 2026, feels like a system.
こんにちは。今日のトピックは、言語学習です。特に、なぜ外国語の単語を覚えるのは、みんなに難しいのか、理由はたくさんあります。
On January 1st, 2026, in fact, I restarted with a completely different approach. I created my own Japan story with Google AI Studio. Then you have long time no see, right? You have the translation in English, and then you have the word for word. That's what we were talking about before. It's got the sentence translation. So at a sentence level,
はい、お願いします。電車はどこですか？
あそこです。でも車で来ました。
本当ですか？優しいですね。
いいえ。さあ、私の家へ行こう。
家族は家にいますか？
はい、母が待っていますよ。
少し緊張します。
30 dialects organized in batches of 5 dialects, each batch based on real life situations from an imaginary trip to Japan. Arriving at Tokyo airport, meeting a Japanese friend, handling daily conversations. And then I formatted every dialogue for deep comprehension. Japanese script, Romanji transliteration, sentence level English translation, word by word glosses. Everything I needed to understand deeply without getting overwhelmed. Then I did something really, really simple. I sat down and I enjoyed the material. After that, I started watching videos from the Miko channel and built momentum day by day. No drama, no perfectionism, no expectations. And for the first time in my life, restarting a language felt natural. There's a beautiful Chinese proverb. Learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. Even the 2 years I spent struggling with Japanese were not wasted. They're paying off big time now because everything feels clearer, lighter, and more enjoyable. Just like with Turkish, the combination of AI tools, community, and mindset is making a huge difference. Confidence does not come from waiting to feel ready. It comes from evidence. So if you're overwhelmed, stuck, or low on drive, do not search for a magic app. Build a repeatable loop. Do not ask, am I motivated? Ask the binary question, will I show up today? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, do this now. Download the free Smart Fluency Toolkit in the pinned comment. Choose one topic you genuinely care about. Run one loop today. Architect, cardio, and sparring. Then, if you are already within the Smart Language Learning Academy in one of our programs, post your first WOD. And if you're not, write that WOD somewhere, anywhere. Then iterate. You are in control. Fluency is built one visible rep at a time. Okay, I already said it, but please don't forget to download the Smart Fluency Toolkit because it's great and it's free. It will help you structure and optimize your learning strategies no matter your level. Thanks for watching. And as always, happy language learning.